My name's Adam Monaco and I'm the Financial Controller for Hi-Tech Oils. With our national capacity, we can now service Australian companies nationwide. Of late, we have now expanded into the New Zealand market. Here at Hi-Tech Oils, we receive premium base oils and premium additive packs. Together, with our highly trained staff, we manufacture over 500 premium quality products. Hi-Tech Oils is Australian made and Australian owned.
The V8 Superboats have hit the Tweed Coast this weekend. We can't wait to see Brooke Dixon in her Hi-Tech Oils machine. She's a major threat, first in qualifying, and she's got a secret weapon on board as well.
I've got Lauren, which normally navigates for Dad. My navigator Casey couldn't make it this weekend, so I've got this little pocket rocket next to me and she's doing quite well.
It's good for cornering. There's not too much weight on the navigator's side of the boat.
We're qualified second, so yeah, Princess is in front, so we'll have to mow her down. Brooke's got a very light navigator in, 42 kilos or something like that. They're probably a 100 kilo combination. We're about 170, so we've got 70 kilos up. So she's going to be hard to beat around here, but yeah, we're not going to give up yet.
Championship leader, Kiwi come new Australian, Daryl HUTTON won't have it easy this weekend. He's got his back against the wall with engine issues and the big block, and will have to pull out all stop to continue his charge for a championship.
The engine's that old, mate, that I won't get another crank for it if we do any damage to the crank. So we've had to park it for the day, and good old Paul Burgess has put his hand up and said, you know, come drive my boat. If you bend it, you own it. We're leading the championship coming into this, and yeah, and very grateful to Paul to give us the opportunity to continue to capture some very valuable points. If we go home now, we get 10. If we stay at the end of the day, we might get 40 or 50, you know.
Everyone's strapped in, visors down. Let's get set to get wet for the V8 Superboats. After lots of rain on the Tweed Coast, we're here for round 3 of the Hi-Tech Oils Australian V8 Superboat Championships. Boats are just going in the water there. It's a lovely day now, and the mud is still on the ground, but that's what it's all about when you're going V8 Superboat racing. Plenty of people travelling from all over the country. South Australians have come in force here this weekend with a new competitor, Jason Castelluzzo. Can't wait to see him on water. This is Paul Burgess out of Canberra in the daily transport boat in the top 12, and he is absolutely flying here. Comes off. Oh, and takes a big load of water over the front. Mick Carroll out here as well. This is the guy that flew through the night air from the first race meeting, and again off there for Mick Carroll on his return after that nasty crash at Temora some 18 months ago. Greg Mercier has been competing in New Zealand pretty much all of this year. Great to have him back, and he has got that monster 592 cubic inch engine behind him and puts down a ripper. This is Brooke Dixon in the Hi-Tech Oils boat, synonymous with victory in Group A over the last 2 years. Now in Unlimited, sharing the boat with her dad, and wow, what a great one there. It was just too good, and qualifying through by .118. G-forces over 6.5 G being experienced by these boats, these aquatic missiles rely on complicated mechanics to propel them through the water. We caught up with Fonzie Mullen from GM Motorsport to check out one of the most important links in the water, the jet unit.
Yeah, jet unit's a vital key to the boat. It obviously propels the boat, and yeah, it sucks the water from underneath and propels it out the rear. And basically you got the intake grill, and then that'll feed into the first prop, and that's the pickup prop, and it'll get processed through to middle stator. We obviously run a 2-stage jet. The second set of stators actually straighten the water to deliver it to a second prop. After the second prop, we go on to then what we call a rear stator, where it would actually, the water would hit here and straighten out the water trajectory. It would then pressurise it by a cone venturi. Once it travels through there, the pressure will increase and come out this rear nozzle. We then tailor tune the jet pressure with one of these with the nozzle insert. So what that does is basically squeezes it down even more, and it's the tunability of the jet unit. So basically the lower we go, the more pressure we get, but the less volume. So the trick is to match it up to the jet unit, how much speed you want and how much thrust you want. By changing one of these, it also changes the characteristics of the boat handling immensely. You know, this boat might be up to 150, 170 PSI of pressure out of hose that big. The turbo boat could be up to 220 PSI of pressure. Now, to give you a bit of an instance, when you do forced induction, you might have 20 psi of pressure in the engine to make it go. So when you're talking 220 psi of pressure coming out hole that big, and you've got a lot of water.
We've seen some accidents in the 400s this weekend. Peter Monga in earlier qualifying went off to get some treatment. He's back at the track now and enjoying the racing, albeit from the sideline. Breakaway Marine outfit, Mark Garlick. Garlo to his mates is an absolute legend around the V8 Superboat scene. Comes from the Noosa Coast area into the high-tech oils. Roundabout he goes. And he is charging clear blue skies. What a great day to go racing here with the Tweed Coast Jet Sprint Club, doing a fantastic job. Fans already up on the hill, the crowd swelling, and Garlo's giving them absolutely everything he can possibly give. This is his run to the line. How does he present? Very nicely indeed, a 49.530. That's a good run for the top six for the old man. Of course, we've got his son Jake also driving in this boat, and they go back. That is an older, tough tack hull. Here is a brand new guy, a rookie on the scene. This is Paul Kelly in Anaconda. It's been given a fresh coat of paint. Of course, previously raced by Darren Watkins and raced very, very well. Look at this now. These guys are running very nicely. What a fantastic looking livery. You get down to the track at any stage during this season, make sure you go down and have a look at this. A lot of detail. Paul Kelly gets through in a 54.911. That is probably not going to be good enough in Group A in 2014. Kevin Lorgerson, our Sydney sider, has travelled up the coast and a bit of a holiday of it too this weekend. And he is driving very relaxed. Guy that is reluctant to change any setup on his boat, but gets through to 52.624. He does have to be convinced to change things to try and get faster by other teams, and he does so. Shane Loughnnan, now this is vicious. What a fantastic year they are having. Alice Smith right alongside Shane. This crew comes out of Victoria. Shane, of course, from Caroline Springs, and a plumber. Right now he's using all the water he possibly can to get the best result. Let's see how he can do it. He has struggled a little bit here this weekend. And Shane gets through at a 50.562. That might be just good enough to get in there. We've got Jake Garlick still to come. Look at that bubble there now. It's Kevin Lorgerson at 52.62. Now Jake Garlick in Grumpy carves it up in the old tough tack hull. And of course, we saw him do so very well 2 seasons ago in the 360 Bolt outfit. And across the line he goes, 48.683. Catch him if you can. Jake Garlick, nice result there for the International Group A 400s. 48.683 to his dad, a 49.5. Good lead there. And Shane Loughnnan will go through to the top 3. High-tech oils have been a big part of the V8 Superboats for a long time. And this is the Unlimited class. On debut in Unlimited, this is Maniac. Down a little bit on horsepower. The engine's not everything they thought it would be. But Tremayne JUKES, as always, will hustle Maniac around this course here. Got the family up here for the weekend, so it's a nice time away out of Melbourne. And on debut in the Unlimited, he's made his way through to the top 6. So that is a win in itself, I would suggest, for the crew out of Somerville in Victoria. He's attacking hard, but certainly talking to him earlier on in the weekend, there's just a lack of horsepower there. And when you're in Unlimited, 1,000 horsepower is basically where you start, and he is a little bit shy of that. Surely he's going to rectify that in between rounds. The Daily Transport crew again, but this is Daryl Hutton at the wheel. We've normally seen Daryl at the wheel of the Pepsi Next outfit. And of course, he is preparing to go to the World Series. And the Pepsi Next outfit had an engine failure earlier on in qualifying, so they have B-teamed as a very nice gesture from the Daily Transport crew from Canberra, and he gets through at a 47.433. Good run there in a borrowed boat that he's never been in before. This is Tony Gustozzi, the absolute excitement factor in V8 Superboat racing in Australia. Of course, this hull has had more hits than Elvis with these two guys, Mick Carroll and Tony Gustozzi. And Gustozzi hasn't even got the track direction right until coming out of qualifying. Got the last qualifier in, now into the top 6, and he's driving like he stole it. This is exactly what we expect from Tony Gustozzi in the Urban Land Group boat as he heads back in his sprint tech. Here's Fonzie Mullen in Ramjet cold air induction, of course, Rip Shift keeping his boats on the water. This is the boat that he's been racing in New Zealand, and they're using a smaller motor here this weekend, which is pieced together at the last minute to get here. His plans are still uncertain to go to the USA for the World Series in August 2014, but he is racing back in Australia now and trying to regain points, and that'll do it. That is a nice run there, a 45 dead, and he has absolutely brained them in the top 6 for the Unlimited Superboats. Back into the pits he goes. Greg Mercier. Now this is the biggest billet block you'll ever set your eyes on here for ACOL Skylights, as you do racing. A great family team, races with his wife, and has done always. Great look into Dorinda's eyes there. Isn't she determined? She is willing this boat to the finish there. Greg just ever so slightly, millimetre perfect use on the steering wheel. And Dorinda very, very happy with that, as they should be. That puts them into qualifying position number 2. Now this boat, the High-Tech Oils outfit, this is ailing. They pulled out of the last 2 rounds of qualifying. They got the right times. They just wanted to make sure that this boat would get through to the finish. Initially, it was a bearing in the jet unit, which had failed. And have a look at that. Brooke Dixon, 44.729. By far the fastest lap of the day. So that question mark that the team are putting out about reliability looks a little bit untrue. Fonzie Mullen, a 45 dead. Greg Mercier, 45.3. And Brooke Dixon, the fastest there with a 44.7.
Yeah, hopefully we can do the same time in the top 3. It's just awesome to be in the 6 after the afternoon that we've had with the engine. Had to sit out a couple of runs, and the top 12 we weren't sure if we were going to make it around or not, and we weren't quite sure the extent of the damage. First off, we did think that we were out, but once we did fix it, we sort of didn't really tell the others that we had fixed the problem. So those boys will be chasing.
Hey girls, who wants a kiss? Come on. Who wants a kiss? Come back.
Daryl Hutton's in the pits again this weekend. One of the winningest drivers in the world of jet sprints. Having some fun. Let's see who he talks to.
My back sheep's broken. I'm trying to breathe some air back into it.
Okay, at the moment we're getting whipped by a chick. That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm relying on you because somebody's got to do something about it.
Oh, definitely, mate. My young blokes are into me, and it's definitely weight plays a factor. She's probably 70 kilos lighter, but no excuses, mate. Got to go out there and do it.
Yeah, I see she's got Laura, the navigator, in there. They tie her down between runs, because she blows away like a dried up leaf, mate. She's that light. You used to navigate for Phil Dixon, and this weekend we see Brooks pinched you. How much does she pay you?
Not enough.
Yeah, well, it's pretty muddy down here. We can get her down on the ground and get her to pay a bit more later on. But I said, mate, there was one part of the track that you missed, because he seemed to have clipped every bank, every corner, and I see you doing the old when we got back on the trailer. I don't think you're that happy.
Wasn't very happy. Now, it's the first time I've ever been sitting in the boat and seeing mud flicking up around my head. We hit every bloody island on there.
I've got to go and find someone to kiss me now.
Oh! We got to have a race controller. You have to enforce the rules. If nobody enforces the rules, we'll all push them to the boundaries, and then other people get upset about it, and the crowd doesn't know what's going on, all sorts of things like that. So someone has to be the dirty mongrel, and today, sorry mate, that's you again.
I don't know, you're looking pretty dirty with that on yourself.
I'm just looking for someone else to kiss me, and it's not going to be you. You're too tall.
What about you?
Jeremy Kincaid, as a result of being the fastest qualifier, gets to choose to go first, settles his nerves, gets composed. He's a guy that can just be thrown a little bit by the occasion in the finals, charging hard in road. It's a good run, being fast all day, but he's only just been able to pit the third qualifier there as Rogue gets across the line, and it's a 54.150. He heads back onto the trailer now. Ed Owen, who's finally starting to find his way around the track. He was the captain of going wrong directions. Now he's being the captain of getting into the finals for Firm Racing. This Western Australia hairdresser by trade gets across the line there. It's a good run there for Ed at a 55.609 in boat number 111. We see boat number 111 again. This is the B driver, and by no stretch of the imagination is Scott Roberts a B grader, but he pucks it up on the bank. Oh no, he gets into the finals and throws it all away. He will have picked up a full jet unit of mud and grass and all sorts of rubbish, as he heads back, being towed back by the safety crew there. Big thanks to the safety crew. They do a great job. So Kincaid, a 54.150 to Ed Owen, a 55.609. And unfortunately, Scotty Roberts parked it on the bank.
Yeah, Scott and I have been going head-to-head all season so far. I think that's how it's going to pan out. But I wanted to put the pressure on him and hope that he would crack. And yeah, one way or another, he did at the end. So a bit of a relief for me. So, you know, it was a time he could have beat, but, you know, we've got it in the boat to keep up with him. So it's going to be a good year.
So Jeremy Kincaid sits on top with 174 points. Scott Roberts in the JRE Race Engines Firm Racing outfit on 168. Brett Thornton in third. Troy McKenzie work to do to get back in that top three. This is our 400 class top three final time. Business end of the season. Jake Garlick, the guy that has been fastest all weekend, has elected to go first again. Just gets a little bit of that nervous energy out and done. The crowd ready to see this run, and they should be ready at the High-Tech Oils track here on the Tweed Coast, Round Mountain Raceway. What has Jake Garlick got for us on board Grumpy? About 670 brake horsepower, they say, in this one. Group A is very, very shrouded in how much horsepower each of them have got, unlike the Unlimiteds. They just like to say 1,000 plus, and normally they're right. But he's getting on with his lap. Just the tough tack hull does get thrown around a little bit in the rough water, but Jake is certainly a very composed driver. Doesn't let it upset him, and he is moving water around no problem. Around the High-Tech Oils Island he goes for the last time this weekend. He'll be working his way through, and he'll have this lap already in his head, the way he's going to attack it, and it seems to be unfolding nicely. This setting sun is going to play havoc with the drivers. It sets very quickly here on the Tweed Coast and gets into the spin-out pool at a 48.421. He's happy with that, and he's heading straight back to the pits because they've got to put Mark Garlick in for his run. This now is Shane Loughnnan in Vicious, the all-plain black boat. Let's have a look on board. That screaming 400 Chevrolet power plant, and that is the way to do it. Definitely the way to drive. He's certainly looking for sponsors, so if you want to get on with this guy, he's absolutely on the up, on the rise in the sport. Just got the High-Tech Oils branding on there, which is part of the championship, but certainly looking for some help throughout this season. This is a nice lap. He's got this track absolutely memorised. Again, into the High-Tech Oils, roundabout, the sun, bang, that is a bad, blinding sun that they're picking up with there. And this is a hard run through the middle of this lap. He's setting it up nicely. And this is a Stingray, this is a Stinger hull. And through he goes at a 50.838. Not good enough to knock off Jake, but where can Mark Garlick position his tough tack hull? Here they go. This crew out of Noosaville, Breakaway Marine, Noosaville Smash Repairs, all keep this boat looking good. It's an old boat, about 20 years of racing these guys have been doing with this, and Mark Garlick knows how to tune this absolutely vernier perfect. He can put the boat anywhere he wants on any track in Australia, competed in the World Series going back a couple of years ago, and did a reasonable job, but when the best of the world come with their brand new boats, makes it a little bit tough for these guys, but he puts together a very, very good engine, and the crew puts on well, doing double duties here. Of course, we've already seen Jake Garlick go through with a rapid lap. Does Mark have what he needs? Puts his hand up just to get that sun out of his eyes again there. A little bit of shade on the far side of the track. And this is the charge to go home. What's he got on board there? 49.3. So that will put the Garlicks 1 and 2 on the podium, father and son. Or should I say son and father. Great result there. Garlo's happy. Couldn't put that balaclava further over his face if he tried. So it's Jake Garlick, 48.42 to Mark Garlick, 49.3, and Shane Loughnnan gets home for a 50.838.
Yeah, I went out first just to give the old boy a bit of a chance, and I was a little bit nervous standing on the bank there actually. It's a lot of nerves running through me and having him out there, and he was pushing it right to the end, and he ended up cleaning up a bank sort of, and I knew it then, I had it.
Great win there to Jake, but the points look like this. Shane Loughnnan in Vicious with 148. Damien O'Leary, the South Australian, on 146. Kevin Lawgerson out of Sydney, 124. As we see the Unlimited boats just readying themselves for their top three, the finals for the day. And by the sticker on the dashboard there, this is the ACOL Skylights outfit, the Shark Attack. This is one of the most recognisable boats in the world of V8 Superboat racing. And this 572 cubic inch injected power plant that sits right between the shoulders of Greg Mercier is the power plant that he will be taking to the World Series to try and grab himself an unlimited world title. And away he goes, gets a magnificent jump out of the start line in the Sprint Tech hull. Charges around to the middle part of the circuit there, around the high-tech oils roundabout, just getting a little bit jiggly there. In fact, Greg looks like he's really hustling and understeering there, so they've got this boat actually sitting quite high out of the water. We can see right up underneath the bow of the boat there, so he is trying to get the coefficient of drag down as low as he can with that sun in his eyes. That is very, very bright sun, setting sun over the back of the track there. Around the later part of the lap he goes, back into that high-tech oils roundabout, just pumping the track dry. A Scott jet hanging out the back of this Sprint Tech for the ACOL Skylines team. And have a look at Greg. He has put away the customary smooth Group A driver he was 2 or 3 years ago and really enjoying this unlimited type racing. And Greg Mercier gets through with a 46.764. Very happy, both of them. Dorinda celebrating as usual when she knows it's a good one. Boat number 27 with the Australian flag heads back into the pit area just to wait and see if Brooke Dixon, who has eclipsed the fastest lap today, can get underway with it. This is Fonzie Mullen. Have a look at the helmet on there. It's like, look, I'm your father. He looks like Darth Vader at the wheel here at the moment. Big project type helmet on there, oxygen being pumped into the helmet, so he's getting every possible advantage he can get. Runs wide, runs very wide there, and Fonzie's starting to hustle now. He felt the earth move underneath the ramjet as he is preparing himself also to try and head to the World. Still hasn't announced whether he's going to the World Series. Around High-Tech Oil Island he goes for the last time this weekend. And have a look at Fonzie Mullen, so composed, done a lot of racing over the last 2 years, both in Australia and New Zealand. It'd be a shame if we couldn't get him over to the US. Let's hope he races in the Worlds. Across the line he goes, and Fonzie Mullen, a 44.862. Wow, this is a red-hot race for GM Motorsport and Ramjet Cold Air Induction. Fonzie Mullen, or Darth Vader, heads back into the pits now. Here we have Brooke Dixon. We know there is a cloud on the reliability of this boat, but she is charging at the lap. Little 410 cubic inch power plant. Who would believe? A sprint car type power plant, methanol fueled, and she is absolutely charging at it. Her first season in Unlimited, and she's had a really good one, like we didn't expect. That, she's gone over. She's gone over the back of the island and in the water there. I would suggest the sun has caught her heading into that corner there, temporarily blinded by it. And what a shame, the High-Tech Oils outfit parked up on the bank. What a shame. So that will give her third for houseboatholidays.com.au. Here we go. She's very early, clips the bank, and definitely just as that sun went over the hill there. And wow, unceremoniously parks it up on the bank. We do not see Brooke Dixon do that very often at all. What a shame. She goes again, clips the inside bank. Very easy to see what happened there. Doesn't need too much explanation. The sun's caught her out, and that is very disappointing. She'll take that pretty hard, but it is Fonzie Mullen that takes out the race today with a 44.862. Greg Mercier a 46.7, and of course Brooke Dixon DNF.
We had a few problems with the fuel pump, and yeah, we waited for the last one to hang a lap out, and we could have probably went faster, but the sunlight got us as well. So we're probably looking for a low 44, but yeah, hey, the win's a win, and you do a professional drive and you get the job done.
That sun was just a major part in it. I knew off the first couple of corners that it was going to be a blinder. I was so tight, perfect start, and come down that straight, hit that sun, and my God, I could not see that corner. I had no idea where I was, anything, and yeah, clipped the bank and it threw me out.
As we suspected, sun in the eyes. Daryl Hutton holds a very slender lead over that lady in the High-Tech Oils Sprint Tech. That's Brooke Dixon on 146 to Fonzie Mullen, Phil Dixon, Greg Mercier, and Tony Gastozzi get points this weekend. It's been a wet, wild and awesome weekend here on the Tweed Coast. Can't wait until we go racing again. Check it all out at www.v8superboats.com.au. We'll see you next time. This is Fonzie Mullen. Have a look at the helmet on there. It's like, he looks like Darth Vader at the wheel here at the moment. Across the line he goes, and Fonzie Mullen a 44.862. Wow, this is a red hot race. That first season Unlimited, he had a really good one. Like we didn't expect that. She's gone over. She's the bank.